Hour two on this, the very first day of August 2013. Right in the dog days of summer, ladies and gentlemen, the dog days of summer right now. I don't know how they're handling it down in Mississippi. It must be Mississippi Day because we're going to go talk to Bonnie from MISSISSIPPI right now. Hey, Bonnie, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you what my problem is?
Yeah, thanks for the phone call. How can I help?
Okay. What happened on December 25th is I just opened my front door and a big bolt of lightning struck down right in front of my feet at the base of the door, and then a big white shield came up in front of me, and I couldn't see my front yard. And then gradually after that, beginning the very next day, I was feeling numbness up and down my arms and all over my torso. And I've had lots of MRIs, CAT scans, I've had an ultrasound, nerve conductivity studies, and different things to try to figure out what the end result was going to be. But my torso, it's my torso. It was so numb and stayed numb, like I had an epidural that you could cut it with a knife and I wouldn't have felt it.
How long ago did this happen?
This was December 25th, Christmas Day.
And what happened to the porch?
Nothing. There were no burn marks or anything. There was just the bolt of lightning came down, struck right in front of me, hit the door frame. Didn't do anything to the physical dwelling of my home, and I jumped back like maybe a step or so, and it didn't actually strike me, but it was right in that field. And
well, I have got news for you, Bonnie. It wasn't a bolt of lightning, and I don't know what it is, because when lightning strikes the ground, I forget the name of it, but if you can find dirt where lightning has hit and you dig down into the dirt, the glass particle, the dirt has crystallized. The silica that's in the dirt, and the silica's everywhere all the time, it melts into these crazy patterns, and there's a name for them, and people actually hunt these things down, dig them out of the ground, then they'll sell them. And if lightning strikes a tree, the tree's going to explode. If lightning strikes the house is going to, something's going to catch on fire, something's going to vaporize, there's going to be something. So if there was no physical damage and there was no physical aftermath, then this was not a bolt of lightning, and I have no idea whatsoever. Before I became enthralled by medical nutrition with Dr. Wallach, I was a classical homeopath, and I still consider myself a classical homeopath. There's a homeopathic medicine called Electricitas. Electricitas. E-L-E-C-T-R-I-C-I. T like Thomas, A-S. Electricitas. And it's entirely possible the textbooks, the homeopathic textbooks, use this particular homeopathic medicine to help people who actually have been struck by lightning. Because people do get struck by lightning, and they have all kinds of neurological symptoms after the fact. So I have no idea what this was that happened to you, but if by some fate, if it was electricity, then the first thing that I would do is I would get my hands on some homeopathic Electricitas. I would get it in the 1M strength. That's M like Mary, the 1M strength. And I would take 2 pellets once a day for 7 days. 2 pellets once a day for 7 days. You can buy homeopathic medicines online. Just do a little Google search for, homeopathy online, and get 1 tube, multi-dose tube of Electricitas in the 1M strength. Take 2 pellets once a day for 7 days, and keep your fingers crossed. From Mississippi to Texas now to talk to Teresa about gallbladder stuff. Hey, Teresa, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hello, yes. Thanks for taking my call, Dr. Glidden. I actually had a condition brought to my attention by my daughter. She just recently started working for a lady whose doctor is pushing her to have her gallbladder removed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently it's not processing bile correctly. And she just mentioned to my doctor to my daughter after hearing that I'm a health and wellness coach that maybe I could find out if there's anything natural she could do. So I wanted to reach out to you and get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts on this. I've got a lot of experience with this, as does Dr. Wallach. The basic understanding here is, right, number one, that whenever all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So all that the MD knows is surgery, right? So they see a problem with the knee, they cut the knee out. They see a problem with the toe, they cut the toe off. They see a problem with the tonsil, they cut the tonsil off. They see a problem with the stomach, they cut the stomach out, for goodness sake. I mean, it's what they do. And, it's just this side of insanity, honestly.
I agree.
Well, and the other thing is, regretfully, that, remember, the domain of the MD is reductionism and surgery. I mean, that's what they're good at. And the advances that have been made in surgery, and even in the last 20 years, they're just this side of miraculous. There's all kinds of cool things they can do with surgical procedures now, and one of the downsides to that is that gallbladder removal surgery now is done with a little tube. It's a laparoscopic procedure. When I was a kid, if you needed a gallbladder removed, it was major abdominal surgery. It was like a 12-inch incision on your abdomen. It was, a 4 or 5 hour procedure. It was a big deal. But now, yanking somebody's gallbladder, they just poke a little tiny hole in your abdomen, put this little camera with snippers in it, go in, cut the gallbladder, stitch it up, and pull it out, and boom, bada-dee-bing, bada-dee-boom, your gallbladder's gone. So it's a relatively easy surgical procedure. Not that any surgical procedure is easy, but it's 1,000,000 times easier than it used to be. And, it's a big profit maker for medical professionals because on a relative scale of things, it's a relatively straightforward, easy medical procedure, surgical procedure. So the problem with this is, of course, because it's easy and because it's profitable, they're going to advise you to do it because it's all that they know how to do and it's easy, so why not, right?
Sure.
Right. So, again, in conditions which are not life-threatening, and this is not a life-threatening condition, in non-life-threatening conditions, the recommendation here is, look, you can never unsurgery something, right? You can't never go back and unsurgery something. You can't go back and put the gallbladder back, right? You can't put the appendix back.
Right.
So it's always a good idea to nutrify the body and get on board with a medical nutrition program that's going to try to address this in one form or fashion for at least 3 months. Keep your fingers crossed and see what happens. Now, worst case scenario, the gallbladder is so gummed up that it is beyond the body's ability to fix itself and surgery will be necessary, but going under the knife with a completely nutrified, strong body is 1,000,000 times better than going under the knife tomorrow when your body's completely nutritionally deficient. You've been eating all the wrong foods all the time and your body is like, it's a candle in the wind, man. So either way, this person has nothing to lose by doing a medical nutrition program. And so what we see happening here is two things. The liver is unhealthy. And why do I know this? Because the liver generates bile and the gallbladder concentrates it. The gallbladder is just a little bag. The bile itself is made in the liver, so when the bile gets funky, it's because the liver is funky. And, well, what makes the liver funky? Not enough nutrients, especially selenium. Selenium is to the liver what calcium is to the bones. Selenium is to the liver what calcium is to the bones. She needs more selenium. Now, thank God it's a liver and gallbladder problem because you can cut, I think, over 70% of the liver out. You can surgically remove it, and it'll grow back, right? It'll grow back. The liver is unbelievable in its ability to fix itself, right? Really, really, really good at fixing itself. So I love helping people with liver pathology because it's easy to do, because the liver likes to fix itself. So the recommendation here for 90 days would be one healthy digestion pack. per 100 pounds of body weight per month, 1 healthy digestion pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, 1 extra bottle of Ultimate Enzymes per month, 1 extra bottle of Ultimate Enzymes per month, and I would do 4 bottles of selenium a month regardless of the body weight. 4 bottles of selenium a month regardless of body weight. Also, it would be advantageous for this person to get a vegetable juicer. You can pick up a vegetable juicer cheap now. Just get a vegetable juicer. And every day I want her to juice 1 raw beet. I want her to drink the juice of 1 raw beet. So go to the grocery store, pick up some beets, cut the tops off of the beets, and don't cook them. Put the beets in the fridge, and once a day, I want her to juice, to put in the juicer 1 beet and drink down the juice. Now, she can mix that with anything that she wants to make it taste better. She can mix it with carrot juice and apple juice. By the way, carrot, green apple, and beet juice taste delicious. Carrot, green apple, and beet juice taste delicious. So I want her to throw down at least 8 ounces of that every day, but be warned that once you start drinking the juice of a freshly squeezed raw beet, it's very easy for your urine to turn red and your stool to turn red, so she'll think she's bleeding, right? She'll think that she'll go to the bathroom and everything will come out red and she'll freak out and she thinks she's bleeding. So just advise her that if she does do the beet juice thing, she's not bleeding, it's just the beet juice, and that's a normal thing. But beet juice promotes the generation of new liver tissue. Beet juice promotes the generation of new liver tissue, as does selenium. So the healthy digestion pack, the extra digestive enzymes, the extra selenium, and beet juice every day for 90 days. I mean, that's a good prescription to support and promote the structure and function of the gut, and it's way better than surgery. Check it out. Thanks for the phone call. Stay tuned, folks. More to come when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here. 866-582-9933 is the number to give me a call at live today. 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933. If you're listening to the podcast and would like to talk to me, that number, 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. So I thought in the interim here between phone calls, I would give you a little taste of my experience so far with the delivery of science-based, clinically verified naturopathic medicine. Now, to become a naturopathic doctor in the United States, it's a full-blown medical degree. You got to do pre-med. I did my pre-med at the University of Massachusetts from 1984 to 1987. Then you have to do 4 years of naturopathic medical school at a fully accredited medical school of naturopathic medicine, of which there are currently 5 in North America. I am matriculated at Bastyr University in Seattle. Bastyr University in Seattle, Washington, graduated in 1991 and was first licensed to practice naturopathic medicine in 1992. That means today, August 1st, 2013, gives me, let me do some math here, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 21 years. It'll be 21 years in September. No, actually, it was 21 years in January, so it's been 21 years and 8 months that I have been licensed to practice naturopathic medicine. 21 years and 8 months since I have been licensed to practice naturopathic medicine, and it was the best move that I ever made, because as I told everybody about a number of weeks ago, maybe it might have been last week on this radio show, when I was at the University of Massachusetts doing pre-med work, I was on track to become an osteopathic doctor, a DO, and was ready to matriculate at the Biddeford College of Osteopathic Medicine in Biddeford, Maine, which is in southeastern Maine. It's a little bit above Portland, Maine, southeastern Maine. Nice little seaside community and a great little osteopathic medical school. But when I went for my, interview, because I was checking out different osteopathic schools, they told me point blank, they said, Mr. Glidden, you know that in order to get an osteopathic license and to graduate from this medical school in good standing, you're going to have to intern at allopathic hospitals doing allopathic medicine, because that's just what we do now. And, you know, my heart dropped. And I thought that I had just wasted 4 years of my life, because there was no way on God's green earth I was going to do that. And I didn't really feel drawn to the chiropractic profession, so I'm left dangling in the wind. What the heck am I going to do? And I proceeded to get very sick. Long story short, nobody was able to help me. Went to a number of different conventional medical doctors, went to chiropractors, went to osteopaths, went to every MD in the world. Nobody could help me. I was getting worse and worse. Fevers on and off, chills. I was losing weight, couldn't get out of bed. There was one naturopathic doctor in town. I did not know what naturopathic medicine was, and I was an arrogant pre-med student. I thought the guy was a quack because, you know, I didn't know what I didn't know, and I was an arrogant pre-med student. You know, pre-med just kind of brings arrogance out of you. It just does. So I'm dragged into this guy's office. I mean, I'm dragged. I'm literally carried into this guy's office, this naturopathic doctor's office, and he puts me down on an examining table, draws some blood, pokes around, gives me a homeopathic medicine. Nothing happens. Scratches his chin, asks me a few more questions, gets a book off the shelf, looks some pages up, gives me a different homeopathic medicine. After I took the second homeopathic medicine, a shock went through my body, and I felt as if a Venetian blind had been unfurled from my toes all the way to my head, and I went into the bathroom, started trembling almost uncontrollably, and threw up this disgusting bilious sludge. And there was a lot of that crap that came out of me, man. I don't know where it came from, but it came out. And by the way, what he gave me was not something to induce vomiting, right? It was a simple homeopathic medicine, the intention of which was to support and promote my body's ability to fix itself. And one of the things my body needed to do to fix itself was purge that crap. And as soon as that crap left my body, I was cured. I was carried into his office. I walked out of it on my own. I went home and slept, I think, for 18 hours. I woke up the next day born again into the wonderful world of naturopathic medicine. It's been the best thing I ever did. 21 years later, we're going strong. Stick around, folks. 866-582-9933. Lines open. Welcome back, folks. 866-582-9933. 866-582-9933. Give me a shout like Elaine in Montana did. Hey, Elaine, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. I had a couple on a three-way call, but I lost them, but I do know all the information. Charles is a man that the doctors have told him he has stage 4 Parkinson's. I've been working with these folks, and they did listen to your webinar on Parkinson's disease, and they did listen to the good food, bad food list, and I do have them started on a basic program, but I want to make sure I'm doing all the right things. So he can't hardly get around or get up and down, and he's having a lot of problems.
Okay, well, you know, Parkinson's, we believe, because of, this is, again, another gift that Dr. Wallach brings to the therapeutic table here. You know, after 20,000 autopsies, you start to get a clue, right? I mean, Dr. Wallach has done more autopsies than anybody that I'm aware of who's actually still in clinical practice. And in the wonderful world of medical science, there are the people who do research, and there are the people who work with patients, and those two communities rarely intersect. There's very few individuals in the world who have done tons and tons of research. I mean, Wallach's been published over 72 times, who have done lots of research and have an active clinical practice as well. And, well, Dr. Wallach's one of them. He has a foot squarely in both worlds, and this is one of the reasons why his perspective on the pathogenesis of disease is so unique, because his skill set is grounded in, pathological research, and it's really a great thing. And so from Wallach's point of view, which I believe is the correct point of view, his contention is that Parkinson's disease, Lou Gehrig's disease, multiple sclerosis, and Alzheimer's are different arms of the same octopus, and that what they all go back to is oxidative damage to the central nervous system. It's oxidative damage to the central nervous system, just different parts of the central nervous system, right? Your brain and your spinal cord are pretty complex organs, and if you stick a nail in your head in one particular part of your brain, it's going to do one thing to your body, and if you stick a nail in your head in another part of your brain, it's going to do something else, because different parts of your brain and your spinal cord control different parts of your body. So with Parkinsonianism, we believe it's oxidative damage. It's the same to a certain part of the brain. It's the same stuff that affects. It's oxidative damage. It's the same stuff that makes iron turn to rust. It's the same stuff that makes fruit go bad, that makes food go bad, that makes people age, that causes liver spots. Oxidative damage is everywhere all of the time. And it's one of the main reasons that people get old and die. It's from oxidative damage. Oxidative damage can happen anywhere in the body, but when it happens to the brain or the central nervous system, you get certain sets of symptoms depending on where it's happening. So oxidative damage is terminated or stopped dead in its tracks by antioxidants. Antioxidants stop oxidative damage. That's how antioxidants got their name. Antioxidants, of course, are measured by their ORAC score. That's ORAC, their ORAC score. And the recommendation here for someone who's dealing with Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, Lou Gehrig's disease, or Alzheimer's is to consume a minimum of 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. The goal here is 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day, however you can do that. One piece of Triple Treat chocolate contains 17,000 ORAC. One scoop of Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 has 4,000 ORAC. One capsule of Cell Shield RTQ has 8,000 ORAC, right? And you can also get antioxidants in food by switching from coffee to green tea and from white wine to red wine and from bananas to blueberries and starting to use curry powder and cinnamon and eat walnuts, right? All of these foods are high in antioxidants. So these people have to do their homework. They have to see what foods are high in antioxidants and start eating them like nobody's business, number one. Number two, provide the body with the raw materials it needs, right? And that is the 90 essential nutrients. And because this is a condition of the central nervous system, the recommendation, of course, is one healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And I would do the Healthy Body Brain and Heart Pack 2.0. That's the most recent one. But it's the brain and heart pack that you want here, one per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And selenium. I would do 4 bottles of selenium a month regardless of how much they weigh. And that's an interesting thing to talk about because selenium encourages and promotes the persistence of the body's own natural antioxidant called glutathione. So the more selenium you have in your body, the stronger your body's own natural antioxidants are, and that's not a bad thing when we're dealing with this type of an illness. So we've got the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack and the selenium appropriate for body weight. Triple Treat chocolate if it's in the budget. A Cell Shield RTQ, if it's in the budget, you get more ORAC bang for your buck from the Triple Treat chocolate, of course. And then the icing on the cake, of course, would be a diet that's extremely high in cholesterol. A diet that's extremely high in cholesterol. Now, Harvard University even agrees with this on this. They published a study a number of years ago that said people with Parkinson's did better with a diet that was 80% fat. Imagine that. 80% fat. So this means eggs and butter and full-fat milk and full-fat dairy. I mean, they just got to be throwing down cholesterol like it's going out of style, all right? Cholesterol, cholesterol, cholesterol. Don't be worried about the relationship between cholesterol and heart disease because it don't exist. A diet that's high in cholesterol, of course, we use salt with every meal and eliminate the 10 bad foods. And the only extra thing that they could do into the bargain here would be the Ultimate Daily Capsules. or the Z-Radical. But the Ultimate Daily Capsules would be my first thought, because Ultimate Daily Capsules support and promote healthy circulation, right? And what we're trying to do here is increase blood flow to damaged tissue, increase blood flow to damaged tissue, because blood brings nutrients. Blood brings nutrients. And so one bottle of Ultimate Daily Capsules wouldn't be a bad idea either. Now, I've seen a lot of people come to Dr. Wallach and myself with central nervous system pathologies. I've seen a handful of them completely recover. I've seen a handful of them get, 10, 20, 30% better, and I've seen a lot of them have hardly any positive change at all. And the difference between the people that don't get any bang from it and the people that get moderate or big bang from this program, it rests entirely on their antioxidant intake and how much cholesterol they're consuming. The people that could eat 12 eggs a day, they got better. So that's all that I can tell you. Cholesterol is of maximum importance here, as is the antioxidant stuff. And, if they can dial that in, keep their fingers crossed, who knows what's going to happen, but really, what the heck have they got to lose, right?
That's right. Well, thank you, Dr. Glidden. I will pass all this information on, and we'll cross our fingers and hope that they can stick with it and see great changes.
All right, Elaine, keep up the good work up there in Montana.
Thank you.
Your community needs you more than you know. It's a grassroots movement, ladies and gentlemen. It's a grassroots coalition of the informed. It's people helping their friends and family members and church members in order to get their health back. Why? Because the MDs have let us down. While the MDs have been driving the bus of medicine, we're going to hell in a handbasket. For goodness sake, unbelievable. The most expensive supplement is the one that doesn't work, right? The most expensive supplement is the one that doesn't work. So get the supplements that do work. Get the supplements that do work. I encourage people, and let's be honest, you can go to 100 health seminars, in a year, and everybody standing up in front of the room is going to tell you that their supplements are best, right? I mean, this is the pitch. Oh, my supplements are better than Joe Schmo's. Well, somebody has to be number one, right? Somebody has to be number one. Somebody has to win the Stanley Cup. Somebody has to win the Super Bowl. Somebody has to win the World Series. Somebody has to be number one. That's just the way that it is. Well, when you compare apples to apples, there is no nutritional supplement company on the face of the planet who gets their recipes for their nutritional supplements from a physician who's licensed to practice medical nutrition, who's been published over 72 times, who has a research publication in the Smithsonian Institution, who has the longest-running health talk radio show in the world, who has an audio cassette and an audio CD called Dead Doctors Don't Lie, which talks all about medical nutrition, that's sold over 10 million copies. It's Dr. Wallach, hands down. Dr. Wallach has more research experience and more clinical experience than any other physician on the planet when it comes to the delivery of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Dr. Wallach's recipes are more effective and better than anything that I've ever seen. That's why I've got Dr. Wallach's back. Because, look, I've been doing this. I've been in this industry for over 2 decades. I've been doing this for 20-plus years. And I know, I don't know everything there is to know, but I know most everything that there is to know about the nutritional supplement industry. Used to work for a company called Vital Nutrients. Vital Nutrients makes supplements that they only sell to physicians. I have been around the block when it comes to nutritional supplements. Vital Nutrients makes awesome supplements, but they don't have Dr. Wallach's recipes. Nobody does. Dr. Wallach has Dr. Wallach's recipes. And Dr. Wallach's recipes contain secret sauces, so to speak, right, that no other nutritional supplement company can even come close to. And in the ultimate end analysis, nutritional supplements are no different than chicken soup. What's the difference between one bowl of chicken soup and the next? The recipe. There's a gigantic difference in how chicken soups taste one from the next because of the ingredients and, how long it's cooked and how fresh they were and how it's been stored and where it's been stored, and all these variables are in play. So look, insurance doesn't pay for this. It should, but it doesn't. If you're going to wait around for insurance to pay for this, you're going to die. So you have to pay cash for nutritional supplements. I don't care where you get them, you got to pay cash. If you're going to pay hard-earned money out of your own pocket, out of your weekly or monthly budget, you might as well buy the best. You might as well get the stuff that actually works and produces consistent, specific, and measurable results. You've heard the testimonials on his radio show. You stick around with us long enough, you'll hear testimonials that'll make you cry and that then will make you pissed right off. Because the simple fact of the matter is you have been played, ladies and gentlemen, by 100 years of pharmaceutical profiteering and an out-of-control, Machiavellian, mediocre medical monopoly led by the MDs, which not only is the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States, but it's the leading cause of death. It's time to pull your heads out of the sand. Take charge of your own health. Take responsibility for your own health and bring yourself to the well that has the crystal clear water. Bring yourself to the well that delivers therapeutics that actually work, delivered by licensed naturopathic physicians, science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition, boilerplate medical nutrition, ladies and gentlemen. Give your body a break. Give it the 90 essential nutrients that it needs. Clean up your diet. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. And get the heck out of the way and let the healing begin. 866-582-9933. Give me a shout. 866-582-9933. So there I was, right? Picture me, the arrogant pre-med student, all set to go to osteopathic medical school, and I have my world changed in an instant. In an instant, and I'm not exaggerating. My physical health changed in an instant after the delivery of the correct homeopathic medicine. In an instant, I recovered from an illness that I had been languishing with for over 2 weeks. In an instant. My head exploded. I was humbled to my knees. And 4 months later, more or less, let me see, it was May, so that's June, July, August, September. 4 months later, I was a freshman at the Naturopathic Medical School in Seattle, a profession that I thought was quackery and didn't really know anything about 4 months previous, all of which, leads to one of my favorite sayings, how do you make God laugh? Tell him your future plans. That's how it is, ladies and gentlemen. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to play out. But look, there is something that I believe in called Dharma. It's individual's path through life, right? Everybody has a particular path that's best suited for them in this life. Everybody brings skill sets to the table that nobody else has. There is a place in the world, right, for everybody, and it's our job to figure that out and then to fall into it. Well, as it turned out, the universe forced me into my place, and it's the best thing I ever did. When I was at Naturopathic Medical School for those 4 years from 87 to 91, I had the distinct experience that I was in the right place at the right time doing exactly the right thing. You ever had that experience? It's a wonderful thing. And since, embarking upon a professional career of naturopathic medicine, extremely rewarding. Frustrating, right? Because nobody even knows how the heck to pronounce naturopath, let alone know what it is. We're the short people on the stick, right? We're not even on the totem pole of medicine in the United States. And God bless my parents, because back in the day, in the 90s, when naturopathic medicine was really at the beginning of its ascendancy here in the United States, it was not a sexy profession. Nobody really knew what it was. My parents had no idea what I was up to. And, they tell their friends, my parents, both God rest their souls, have both passed on now. They were very social people back in their life. They have to tell their friends, oh, yeah, our son Pete's in medical school, and, oh, is he at Tufts? Is he at Harvard? Oh, no, he's at naturopathic medical school, and they all get these blank looks like, what the heck is that? God bless them for giving me enough slack to pursue my own course in life, and I think this was perhaps the best thing, one of the best things that my parents were able to give to me is, I grew up with an attitude of live and let live. I mean, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, go for it. Just go for it, man. Whatever it is you want to do, just have the gumption to get out there and be the best at what you're doing. Try to be the best at what you're doing. Really grab it by the bit. Take a big bite out of it and chew it up and swallow it whole, man. And so there you go. There it was for me. In my experience of naturopathic medicine and my clinical experience over the last 2 decades, with the delivery of naturopathic medicine has been rewarding enough, miraculously rewarding enough to keep me motivated to continue to practice this type of medicine and to learn more, to increase my knowledge base, right? Motivated to continue my knowledge base, and frustrated enough to also keep myself wanting to learn more. You have successes, you have failures, you have successes, you have failures. The failures make you want to learn more, and the successes give you motivation to get up one more day and go for it. You wouldn't believe the things that I've seen people recover from. You wouldn't believe it. Because God is my witness. You would not believe the things I've seen people recover from. Is this some, overnight panacea miracle cure? No. It's science-based, clinically verified, holistic medical nutrition that nobody has a clue about in this culture. It ain't miracle. It isn't miracles. It's new-fashioned medical nutrition. Give your body the raw materials it needs. Stop eating food that's gumming up the works. Get the heck out of the way and let the healing begin. Interested? Want to learn more? FireYourMDNow.com is a very good place to start. FireYourMDNow.com. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. I'll see you all, God willing, and the creek don't rise tomorrow. Till then, Dr. Glidden, over and out.